All right. This is week 26 of our adventure here. Y'all have been invited to the library of the Temple of the Dawnflower here in town, and the the head priestess. There we go. The head priestess, Vandy Banderdash, had summoned you in order to send you on a task. She needed your expertise. She had heard about your adventurous exploits in the area and how much you defended the town, and she thinks you might be able to help her out. She had told you that she had sent a group of people out to investigate a cult forming in the area, a cult to Lamashtu, who is the mother of monsters, a very, very evil goddess. This band of heroes was led by a champion named Theta, and Theta left behind a bunch of research notes she had pulled together before she actually led her group on an expedition to conquer this cult. Fortunately, Vandy does have the research notes for you all to look through, but unfortunately, Theta and her crew have not been heard from since they left. It's now been like a month, and so people are getting pretty worried. The place isn't that far away. They're probably dead at this point, but you all are pretty strong heroes. They're hoping you can go out there and A, figure out what happened to Theta and her group, B, try and squash this cult. Maybe that's the first priority, actually. And C, try to return some holy relics that they sent with the group in order to help with vanquishing this cult. In particular, there is a sun wheel, a rare item that is dedicated to Sarenrae. So that's the situation so far. You all have pretty much agreed to work on that. You'll be paid. You'll be rewarded with, whatever you can get your hands on while you're out there scavenging what the cult leaves behind or whatever. And additionally, I believe they offered to basically make you heroes in their scripts and things, like have a bard write up your stories and all that kind of stuff. So pretty big reward for your adventure here, but it could be pretty dangerous. We've had a bit of downtime between this adventure and last, so you could get pretty prepared for this. And yeah, I guess I'll leave it up to you guys. It's probably about midday on the day that you met with Vandy already. You have the book of research notes, you have a direction and a map, and it's up to you what you do with it. The floor is yours.
I guess we should get going.
Yeah, we probably can.
Do you have Minnie Nocti back yet? Have we seen her?
A little baby cloud cat kitten crawls out of Ayla's hood and just goes meow.
Oh. I'm picturing a white version of Nova's kitten pictures.
Yes. But somehow wispier.
I think we actually have I can do this.
Aww.
Very wispy.
That's adorable.
Big tail.
Floof.
Extreme floof.
Very cute.
So I think we probably spent a decent amount of downtime just giving this cat all the treats we can possibly afford to give it.
That is the correct thing to do.
The optimal play.
Him is like, yes, let's fatten it up.
No.
Needs to be big and strong so that it can help us and stay alive.
Exactly.
Was there anything y'all wanted to get, or should we just head out and follow the map?
I don't have any gold, so
I think I've
There's
got
no-
everything I need.
Would anyone have looked at the research notes themselves?
Yes.
I probably would have as well.
All right. So I'll just describe the contents to you. I don't think this needs a roll. I don't have like a full book to hand you or anything, but I can tell you the gist of what you find in there. The main thing of note is it begins with an interrogation, the record of an interrogation that Theta performed on a kobold. A kobold was captured, brought here to the temple, locked up, and they asked it a whole bunch of questions. The notes do not specify the method by which the kobold was sort of persuaded to answer the questions, but the kobold did answer some questions. It mentions a few things. It talks about the fact that there's a dark magic over the area, over the cult's hideout, and it says that only those blessed with three-eyed sight can pass safely. It also goes on and on about a test of 5 beasts, a test of 5 beasts, a test of 5 beasts. It keeps on going on about this test, about three-eyed sight. There are several things that come up very frequently in the kobold's answers. Continuing down the page and into the notes, Theta notes that in reading through some obscure religious texts, she found a section in one that she had to translate and then transliterated directly into this book, transcribed it, I should say, that is the laws of 5 beasts, which are just a set of not quite like riddle things, but there's clearly some sort of element of that to it. The laws read as follows: only one beast shall be placed on each pen. No beast wishes to see another beast by looking directly north or directly east, and 2 beasts shall not be in pens that touch, lest they come to blows. And this is stuff I can pull up for you all again if you ever just pull out the book in universe and look at it again. But yeah, that's most of what you get out of that book. It talks about the directions they went and the rough location of the cult's hideout, which they describe as the Scar with a capital S. And yeah, you'll probably know it when you see it with all that dark magic.
Why don't we just arrange the pens diagonally? Would that not work? Like,
Wasn't there something about them not touching each other, or was it not next to each other?
just have to make the corners touch, right?
Are there like pens? Okay, Joanna's having a day. Are there literal pens somewhere that we need to be moving around?
Potentially. Right now you just have this scrap of like roughly translated ancient religious text. There's no like accompanying symbols with it or anything. It just appeared to be a section of another text that seemed relevant.
Well, I guess we take it with us and see if we find any pens and beasts.
All right. That sounds good.
Also, what is this about the sight of the third eye?
Yes, specifically the kobold mentioned repeatedly the exact phrase, only those blessed with three-eyed sight can pass safely.
Yeah, that was me asking in character.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm just clarifying.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
What creatures have 3 eyes?
Can I go through my memory and see if I've read about any creatures that have 3 eyes?
Sure. You could give me a religion check, I guess, since this is a very religious matter. Oop, gotta make that hidden, sorry.
May I attempt as well?
Sure.
Can I try a nature check just to see what I know about creatures?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. So let's look at these results and see who I should answer first here.
Sorry, didn't mean to roll again. I'm
Oh.
poking around to try and see if there's a button to toggle so that I don't have to make all of my rolls automatically blind or not.
Yes, that's understandable. Let's see. Jib, you're pretty sure you could get a third eye if you just had like some ink. You could just draw it on your forehead. That's what you think, like maybe that'll be significant. And Ayala, you know from nature that there's not really any beasts that have naturally three eyes. They tend to come in more even pairs. They're more, 4 eyes, 6 eyes, 2 eyes mostly. But anything that has an odd number of eyes is typically not purely natural. It might be like born of some kind of magic or corrupted in some way, but not usually like a natural creature. And Ashay, yeah, you just figure you don't know anything like extremely specific, but you generally know, like, yeah, it tends to be more monsters. And same kind of thing that Ayala knows, but from the opposite direction. Not from the nature side, but from, like, yes, religion talks about some like three-eyed demons and things like that.
Okay. Good to know.
Does anyone have ink?
Yeah, I need ink to write my books. Why do you ask?
Let me get my finger in it.
Okay, but this is magical ink, Very high quality.
Oh,
It
yeah.
probably won't rub out
Definitely.
of your skin for a while at least.
That's perfect.
Can I
Jib, I'm not sure that'll help.
What do you mean?
I don't think drawing a third eye on you will work.
How can you be so sure if you haven't tried?
Because most things with three eyes are demons or have been tainted somehow. Which means the third eyesight is probably some kind of demonic magic or something.
But this is magic ink.
Okay, go ahead if you want.
He sticks his finger in the ink, assuming it has been presented to him.
Yes. How concerned am I, Jordan?
Concerned.
Okay.
And he draws an eye on his forehead, or he attempts to.
All right. Give me a crafting check. I think that's what usually would be used for something like this.
Love it. Public or?
Yeah, this can be public. Everyone will be able to see how good the art is. Okay.
All right.
So it's kind of just a blotch on the forehead, roughly almond shaped. Just kind of round. You just kind of slap it up there, and like some ink kind of dribbles down from it in a couple places, leaving some lines that melt down from it. But like the idea kind of gets across. It's not just a smudge. It clearly looks like it was intended to be an eye, so it's not bad.
Yeah, we do.
Maybe it'll be good enough.
Does Jib feel any different?
I don't feel any different right now, no.
I think it's working.
All right, just don't scratch your forehead.
Why? Start scratching it.
Just smear the ink all over your forehead, get it more on
No
your
way.
fingers.
That's why.
It's always
My
when
beautiful
someone tells
heart.
you. It's always when someone tells you not to scratch something that it becomes 10 times itchier like, at that exact moment. But all right. It sounds like you got some plans here. You've got the notes, you've read through them, you got some ideas. Jib has prepared himself with war paint and heading out of town? Well, the sun's high. It's a pretty good time to get there. You'd estimate maybe a half day's travel, so you'd get there with in the early evening. But it might be best to plan to stay overnight there if you were to leave today, because I mean it's just tricky timing with being a little more than a half a day. There's not any easy way to travel there and back in a day, if that makes sense. And get stuff done there.
Did we want to try to get some information on Third Eye's site? Maybe from the wizard or the library?
I would say it's something you could absolutely try, but I do want to put out there as just a point of clarification that Theta is not like a slouch when it comes to research and stuff. She clearly has super well organized this book, and that's all she was able to find. So you could absolutely go around asking if you want, but I'm just letting you know it's not like you heard some rumor on the wind and you're going to investigate it. It's like you had an actual PhD investigate it already before you, and then left you their notes.
Yeah, but what if they didn't have that third cup of coffee?
That's true. You never know. And maybe they just didn't roll enough nat 20s, you know?
If they didn't roll 6 nat 20s in a row, are they really trying?
Exactly. But yeah, if you do want to like double check with some people, you could.
Nah. Well, I'll just get burned by a force field. It's okay.
It'll be fine. All right. Any last preparations before leaving town? Oh, I guess I did mention it might be best to stay there overnight, just based on the timing of everything. So if anyone needs to buy bedrolls or rations or anything of that nature, it may be good to do so very quickly.
I mean, I think we still have rations.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We haven't really spent a lot of time camping out in the woods.
Bedrolls are very cheap. They're 2 copper pieces each, so everybody should be able to afford them.
I also have a pup tent.
Even better.
Same.
I don't know what that is. Is it like a one-person tent?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, it looks like a 1 to 2 person tent. Yeah.
Yeah, just like one of those basic triangle tents.
Yeah. Anyone lacking a bedroll or anything?
I'm good.
I've got one.
Does Jib have a bedroll? It's not a too pricey thing.
I don't think so, but I'm sure it would be something
He
he
is
would have in
obvious.
the sheet.
Yeah,
He
here,
doesn't have it.
I'll just buy one for you then. 2
Thank
gold
you.
pieces. There you go. So you're ready to stay overnight out of town? Anything else? Going once? Going twice? All right. You begin your journey north, a little farther north than northeast. It's actually in the general direction of Monder Castle, where you've been previously. You probably pass it on the way, although not exactly nearby. Maybe you could detour there if you wanted to, but it's in that general direction. But eventually you go off of the well-worn paths and just start hacking it through the wilderness. Can one of you volunteer to do a sense direction activity in order to find this place?
Ooh, me, because I have the compass and I don't take a penalty.
Absolutely. You also get a +2 circumstance bonus from having Theta's notes.
Ooh.
Is that survival check?
I believe so. It would be in the sense direction activity. Yes, a survival check once per day.
Okay, well, I'm not good at those. But I do have a +4. No, I don't get the -2, but I have a +2. Right?
Yeah, and this does have the secret trait. Yeah, so you ignore the -2 because you do have a compass. So it would be whatever your survival is +2. Okay. All right. So it takes you a little bit to get there. You don't get there quite as quickly as Theta's notes indicate, but you do eventually figure you're heading in the right direction. The notes describe a rather large ridge, which is an easy landmark to spot once you're close enough, and you eventually do spot it. It is a very dark and looming, like craggy rock ridge that just kind of pokes up out of the forest at a certain spot. And once you passed behind a certain row of hills, you're able to see it. And so you start heading in that direction. On the way, what activities were everyone else doing while Ogden is finding the path? Pathfinding.
Search probably, just making sure nobody comes up on us.
Okay.
I'm also asleep.
Same.
All right.
I like search.
All right. All of you can give me secret perception checks then.
And if the Whisper Elf thing applies, you can add, I think it's a +2 circumstance for hearing. I don't know
Yeah.
if it'll become relevant or not.
I'll keep it in mind.
There we go.
All right, thank you. So you guys just hack through the woods, maybe taking out one of your swords. Maybe it's Ogden leading the way, just chopping some vegetation out from in front of you, and it's thick forest out here. It's a little bit dark, and it's got that like foggy, almost haunted forest vibe to it out here. These woods are just not typically pleasant the deeper you get into them. There's lots of story of treasure out here, but also lots of story of very, very bad, dangerous things. But hey, the treasure keeps drawing people out, and many new adventures are set out here because of that. So you're forging a new path through this place, off in the general direction of this location, this scar that sticks up out of the land. And eventually, Ashay, you hear something in the distance, some voices. Some voices just chattering away with each other.
Do I recognize the language?
Let's see, what languages do you speak?
Common, Elven, Fey, Gnomish, and Halfling.
You do not recognize the language.
I would probably signal, like, make a hand gesture to get everyone's attention, and then point to my ears, like, I hear something, and see if anybody else can, once we're all quiet and listening, if anybody else understands what's going on.
And they are loud, like kind of shouting at each other voices, but not like they're currently fighting. It just sounds like they're very aggressive voices generally. Like it's not that it is special right now that they're being aggressive, but this is just how they talk to each other. And they are like very deep, like husky voices.
Do any of us know the language?
I guess I can check on the party sheet, can't I? Overview, party languages. No, actually, wait. If you guys sneak up a little closer, Ogden recognize it. recognizes it.
Oh,
It is Orcish. And they are, Ogden, you hear them basically arguing over something. They're shouting about, like, no, somewhere around here, it's off in this direction. We'll find it eventually. It's gotta be, let's go this way. No, it's gotta be that way. Like, they're searching for something and not having any good luck.
okay. Um. So it just seems like they're looking for something.
Yep, they're looking for something, and they're currently fighting over it, which will probably indicate they've been here for a while, searching for it, and are frustrated they haven't found it. Do you just keep listening to their argument for a bit? Or do you want to, like, sneak up? Or what are you guys doing here?
I would keep listening for a little bit to see if it's like one of the treasures that someone's looking for, or if they bring up the name of the cult.
Okay. So you keep listening, and you hear them bring up a few things. It's like, no, we heard this would be a powerful leader. A powerful leader would be this way, of course. Why would a powerful leader be that way? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, and so on and so forth. A powerful leader would sow chaos among the civilized. They have to be close to civilization. Then another one will chime in with, like, but I don't see any field of nightmares around here, or any 5 beasts or anything. So a couple of things probably sound familiar at this point.
Okay, I would probably tell the group that it seems like they're looking for the cult.
I'll tell them to get in line. We need to find them first.
We
So
could
you-
pretend to be prospective cultists.
I mean, I have a hood. I'm gonna put my hood up, and as it comes over my head, Nocti, who is hiding in my hood, holds on to the very edge of the cloak and then perches herself on my head. In the meantime, I like wring my hands menacingly together. How evil do I look? Do I look culty?
If you have to ask the question, I think the answer is probably no.
And you don't have a third eye like Jib, so, you're starting on the wrong foot, I think.
Maybe the third eye is metaphor. Who knows?
At this point, while you're all discussing it, the orcs appear to have agreed upon a direction, and it's not directly towards you, but in the current direction they're moving, they'll probably pass within like 30 feet of you. So you may want to either move out of the way or confront them, but they're moving.
Do we want to just follow them quietly?
Yeah, do you think we could get directions from them? We asked nicely.
Ogden would have to do the asking because the rest of us don't understand them, and it doesn't seem like a good idea to just go stumbling around saying, "Hey, we're looking for a cult. Anybody in a cult?"
Well, I mean, that's kind of what they're doing. But
All right. I mean, we can try.
I really want to join a cult. Someone, let me join one.
What was that? One of the orcs shouts in common. Who's there? Show yourself.
I'm just gonna see what happens. I hop out and I say in Goblin, "Let me join your cult."
What is this language? I don't. What did you say?
I switch to Common and say, "Let me join your cult."
Oh, you look. Join the club. Hey, boys. It looks like we may not have been blessed with a cult, but we were blessed with dinner. Let's get him. They all start charging at you. So let's
I'll
roll
eat
for
you!
initiative.
And then I fucking run at him.
Was
go.
that spoken in English or not English? Common or
That was in common.
okay?
All right. So Jib was out of the bushes, and everyone else was still in the bushes. It sounds like. So I'll just start you guys in the bushes. You may not be able to see your tokens, but you should see your names. And then we have all these orky dudes up to the north here.
Ooh, that's a lot of orcs.
It is.
Yeah, I thought it was just 2.
Oh, I probably should have described that better, but it is a group of orcs, yeah, like a band of them. I guess nobody really asked how many there were, but yeah, I should have been more specific. But either way, it's a group of orcs. I feel like all of you are hiding in the bushes. There could be an argument for either perception or stealth here for any of you who wants it. Jib, do you feel like doing, like, I don't know, diplomacy or something because you were trying to talk to them? Does that seem fair? Or
I was gonna say, could I do intimidation instead as I ran at him saying, "I'll eat you instead"?
all right, yeah, I'll take that, and I'll take that if they can also roll intimidation for their initiatives because they were also doing that. So we'll just have a bunch of intimidation for all of that. then I think
if I
I
can
can-
do perception, is that all right?
Yes. Perception's fine, stealth is fine for those of you in the bushes. All right. So, funnily enough, Hachet goes first. Noticing Jib jump out and immediately being ready for like what's happening here, you start to prepare your spells or whatever before they even notice Jib is there. So you have the upper hand here. What are you doing?
I'm gonna cast Ashen Wind from where I am.
All right.
One sec. I have to do cast. There we go. I put the verse. It's a save DC 19 for.
All right. 3 of them passed, 2 of them failed. 1 of them critically succeeded.
All right. On a success, they're fine. On a failure, they're sickened 1.
All right. So I should have given these different names or something to identify, but I'll just say these 2 are second. Second and second. All right. Does that effect persist on the ground there, or is it an instant hit them with it?
I think it's just an instant thing, but let me double check.
Yeah, I don't see a duration on it, so I think that's right. But yeah, just each creature in the area.
Yeah.
So I'll just, yep, okay. So you conjure up that swirling wind of ashes, and a couple of them start coughing up the ash and stuff, but the rest of them quickly cover their mouths and like prepare to inch forward.
All right, and then I'm gonna cast Guidance on Jib.
All right. Guidance. And
I
then
did say it right this time, right?
you did. I was just saying it because it's a funny joke. I'm cringe. That's all.
No, you're fine. I just mess up words without realizing it, and I've been doing that a lot today.
Fair enough. Well, This orc is going to... He's going to... Oh, he just barely can't. Okay. He's going to step forward to... He'll step forward as much as he can. Oh, actually, he can just barely get in melee range with you, so he'll just do that. And then as he runs, he will draw his battle axe, and then he will strike. That is a 20 total. I should have targeted you.
That will hit.
Okay. Normal damage, 11 slashing, as he just runs at you with this battle axe, like, "Roar! Become my dinner!" Smash with the axe, and then it is the war chief's turn. Who will perform a mighty battle cry. Roar! And you could see like a shockwave as the dust around his feet gets kicked back a little bit when he does this cry. And so I will place this. That does not affect you. Don't worry about that. But, you know, honestly, for the purpose of this combat, that's so large I should not even worry about tracking it. Because it covers the whole map. So everyone... Yeah, he's buffing his allies, essentially. That's...
Can you add Curse of the Leaping Ashes, or Creeping Ashes onto me?
Curse of the Weeping Ashes.
Creeping, sorry, I said it wrong.
Curse of the Creeping. I don't see that in the list of possible...
It should be part of my mystery.
Might it have a different name? Maybe, is it just Curse Sweeping Ashes or something?
One sec.
Oh, yeah, it's just Creeping Ashes. There's no curse.
Yeah.
There we go. I got it.
There we go. Thank
Okay.
you.
No problem. What was I doing? I was applying Battle Cry. It does apply to himself as well. Okay, so they're all buffed by this mighty cry. And then he is going to pull out a javelin and chuck that at Jib from where he stands as well. That is a 28. Not a critical, barely, but it is a hit against Jib. For 10 points of piercing, as this javelin just maybe doesn't slam into you, but like scrapes along like along your hip, just like scrapes a like part of your flesh out, and then hits the ground behind you. Like, ah, we'll have our dinner soon. And then it's Jib's turn.
He goes, "Oh, I'm gonna your dinner." Big monkey mode.
Big monkey.
Where am I at? Here we go. So it's one action, and then I'm gonna grapple.
Ooh.
So let me roll an athletics check.
Alright, and that is against... I always forget, I think it's Fortitude.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, that passes. He is grabbed.
Okay. And he takes 4 damage.
Alright. Grabbed, he takes 4 damage.
And then I'll flurry.
Dark, so it's more like
Pop, pop.
like a little
Ooh,
bit
not a
more
crit,
Nice.
but almost. That's definitely a hit.
contrast against the bottom, but still.
Alright. And let's see what you get with the other half of this flurry. Ooh, so close. But you did a bunch to him. It looks like he rushed at you with this battle axe, kind of grazed you with it, and then you dodged out of the way and just grabbed him by the like collar and just whoop into his face. And he like he's almost knocked out from that one blow. You can tell, like you really rattled him and kind of dangles for a bit, like his arms dangle by his
Use the
side.
guidance.
I did not. I don't know if guidance would have made a difference on the 6.
It would not have made a difference on the 6. If you do want to retroactively use it, I'll allow it. On the first attack, it might turn it into a crit. It might not. You never know.
I'll save the guidance.
Okay.
It runs out at the end of.
At the end of the round?
At the end of Shay's
your
turn or something. Yeah.
Alright, I'll just use it then. Why not?
Okay, so that does become a crit. Woo! So we'll double that damage. So yeah, this guy comes up to you with a battle axe. You dodge out of the way, grab him by the collar, just wham directly into the face. You break his nose, and he just crumples to the floor, just immediately down. Yeah, he's dead.
I
Guess
just
he
look at the
doesn't-
chief,
Oops.
point at the chief, and say, "You're my dinner."
All right. It's another orc's turn. This orc is gonna say, "Billy, no!" He's gonna charge at you. Draw his battle axe and then wham down on Jib again. That's gonna miss though, as Jib just dodges out of the way. And then next orc is gonna go. He's gonna move to here, which should be just enough. He's gonna pull out a javelin and throw it. 17 is a miss. So Jib just starts dodging out of the way now that he's in combat mode. And it's Ogden's turn.
Alright, cool. I don't think I can easily get up to the one that hasn't moved yet. So that's not gonna be a thing. I feel like reasonably, since you described I would have my sword out like hacking, am I okay to at least have my smoking sword out?
Sure. I think since you're hacking away at the bushes, that's fine with me.
Alright, cool.
You guys were
And then
prepared
I'm-
as well. The monsters were not prepared, so yeah.
I'm gonna go up to this guy and I'm gonna do the slashy slash.
Slashy slash, let's go.
That is a critical hit.
Oh god, okay.
That is 26 damage.
Jesus. This poor guy. No tokens have been targeted. That's fine. I can manually subtract it. Is mega dead. He gains the dead condition. You know how it goes. So yeah, you just run up to him out of the bushes. He's like, "Oh, who's there?" Just right through his throat with your sword, and he just collapses to the ground as well. I think you
Then
still
I
have
guess
one
final
action.
action. Yeah, final action. I will draw my other sword.
Yeah. Shing. And it is Ayla's turn.
All right. I don't even know what to do. People are just dying left and right. Well, I'm gonna draw my spellbook with my first action because I was doing the creepy hand thing to look menacing.
Classic.
You know, as you do. And then, is it an action to sneak?
I believe yes.
Okay, I'm gonna take the sneak action.
Yeah, it is a sneak action. You can stride up to half your speed. At the end of the movement, you roll your stealth in secret. If you have cover throughout the stride, you gain a circumstance bonus, which I'd say you have that bonus. If at the end of the movement you are neither concealed, then you are automatically observed. So you can't sneak out into the open, but you can sneak through the bushes, basically.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna turn on my winds first with channel
Okay.
elements. Then I think I'd like to make a one-action ranged elemental blast at the guy in front.
All right,
Why not?
You got good range for that.
I hope so.
It's about 60
It
feet.
should be 60, yeah.
Yeah. It's actually under 50, so we have plenty.
Okay. Elemental blast. That's
a hit.
secret. Can you fix that, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Two
Dang it.
damage.
All right.
Zap. Oh!
And then I'm gonna
What the
take
fuck?
the sneak action.
Oh,
And
my
I'm gonna
hand's
sneak
down.
over
Damn.
here.
All right. Then you take the sneak action. Okay. This does get kind of tricky. Oops, sorry. So, sneak, you have to start undetected.
Okay.
And then you move. I guess this would be hide. So you'd want to hide in the bushes, right, to become undetected.
Yeah. Well, that would mean I can't move, so I've got to go back,
Correct.
right?
You'd have to choose to hide or sneak. Sneak is to move while hidden, basically.
Okay, I'm just gonna move regularly then.
Okay.
Go over here.
I was gonna add a penalty to your sneak anyways, because you're kicking up all the leaves around you, which is your only cover.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like moving sneakily is kind of hard at the moment. So yeah, you move up through the bushes, running through. You do a zap. Then it's one of the orcs' turns. This orc is going to also step out to the side of this guy. Puts him just barely in range of throwing a javelin at Jib. Which he misses. Why won't you become our dinner? And that's a Shay's turn.
Alright, let's see. Jib's doing alright health-wise. So, let's see, is there somebody within 30 feet of me?
An enemy within 30 feet? Because there's allies, but no enemies. I think all of your allies are within 30.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
All the enemies are less than 60, but more than 30.
I'm going to spend an action to make a spell go long distance,
Okay.
and then I'm going to cast Produce Flame
Ooh, alright.
at the leader.
Get him. That is a hit. Absolutely.
Can you make it not blind? I'll toggle it back to public.
There you go. Ooh, alright.
Alright, 8 fire damage.
Bam! And he only gets the persistent damage on a crit. Yeah, okay, cool. Alright, so you just hit him, he's like, ow! I got shocked in this hand and burned in this hand! Where's all this coming from? And that was 3 actions. So we skipped the dead one, and now it's the big guy's turn. And he's like, God damn it! Get him, boys! And he's gonna do his battle cry again to get that effect going again. And then he is going to rush up into combat. Stepping, like crunching on the body on the ground that's there. And as he goes, he is going to take out his great club, and he is going to swing it at Jib. That was a natural 20.
Shit.
That is 28 points of bludgeoning. As he just rushes up to you with his club and just like goes into a batter position and just wham! And you hear that same sound that like a baseball bat makes when it connects with the baseball, that like high pitch. That absolutely decked Jib's skull, and he just goes to the ground. Or you're still up. Holy shit. So you get knocked to the ground, maybe you get back up or something. Like, fuck. Holy. All right.
He smacks it, thinks I'm down, It's just like I'm grabbing his wrist as he smacks
Yes.
the club over my head.
Excellent. So you take that massive hit to the dome, and you're just okay. It's like, "Grr." He starts like shaking the club to try and get you off him. But it's your turn.
I say dinner time.
Oh god.
Oh
So,
my
he is right here, right?
Yes, sorry. Let me move one of these tokens back. Just get out of the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna first action grapple.
I like how the pose she's doing is genuinely something to rotate with our sausage.
All right. That was not enough, unfortunately. She
Unfortunate.
manages to shake you off of his club.
I am going to flurry of blows. Actually, do I want to try and? No, I'm just gonna flurry.
No, I need you in
Does
general.
backswing
No,
count for grapple misses too? I don't know.
Let me check the backswing. Actually, I don't see backswing as a thing I can.
Let's test it out.
Where is your backswing listed? Here it is. Okay. You have to miss.
attack.
It is miss with this weapon.
Oh yeah, with this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think you have to
Alright.
be attacking.
So miss.
Yeah.
One more. You do another attack. Now I get backswing.
Ooh, another
Miss
miss.
again.
Unfortunately.
I'll do one more attack.
And then once
No
we're done
luck.
with this fight here, then we're
He
gonna
just
come
holds
back
the
and-
club down in front of you, and you just hit against the club 3 times. And then it's one of his allies' turn, who is going to. He can just barely get up to Ogden. And actually, with one more step of movement, he can get onto that tree. And actually, just to make this a little more visible, because it's kind of a clusterfuck at the moment. Can I do this? I'll just move the trees down. Now we can actually see tokens. Woo! As cool as the trees are, it's nice to be able to see. So he's on the other side of Ogden with the chief. He's going to spend an action to draw his axe, and then he's going to attack. Alright, he misses, unfortunately. Even with the flanking, he just cannot land that hit. And that was all of his actions. Ogden, you're up.
All right, cool. I just turn around and I'm gonna swing at this guy behind me.
He misses you with the battle axe, and then looks up at you like, gulp.
That is a 24 to hit.
Absolutely.
There's 13 damage.
He yelps back like, yeah! But he's not down.
Okay, and then I guess I'm going to
This dinner is
exacting-
spicy!
I'm going to exacting strike him with the spark
Ooh.
blade for 24. Again, that hits
Absolutely.
for another 15 damage.
Okay, now he's dead. Oh, this dinner is spicy! Cut with the spark blade.
And then I turn back on his boss and attempt to swing once.
Ooh,
That
a
is
hit! All 3, damn.
For 12 damage.
Blam! Grah! Alright. Ayla's turn.
Okay. Do I see the line? I might see the line. Oh, I absolutely see the line.
Zoom!
Yeah, I'm gonna take the move action.
trying to remember exactly how these rules work, but I'll allow it. I think they're more specific than that, but it's fine. I'm not gonna be too much of a stickler about it, I guess.
I don't know how to get rid of this template. Please help.
I can do it. Yeah, I think
Thank you.
technically it's supposed to start in the corner of your square, but you can probably still find a similar line,
Like
so it's fine.
here.
It would have to start like here, and I think you can still make a similar line like that, basically.
Okay.
Like where the dot
Well-
for the thing starts in the corner. So it makes sense.
Yeah.
It still works. Just wanted to.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what time it is?
Zoom.
Lightning dash.
Basic reflex.
DC 20
save.
basic reflex.
2 critical failures.
Oh.
They take double damage.
Let's
Oh
see.
my
That's
God.
44 damage each.
It's okay. You know what? I'll just let you describe how you fucking how you like a certain scientific railgun both of these guys. What are you doing here?
I'm just gonna emerge from the trees, point at the one in front of Jib Ogden and I, and just disappear into a bolt of lightning, reappearing nearby the corpse of the farther one.
Hell yeah. Their bodies just crumple to the floor, kind of burning into ash as they go. And you are no longer in combat.
Gonna dust some soot off of my robes. That was a good one.
Loot the body.
Yeah, but you can. I think you can look at the bodies. Maybe. Let me know if it doesn't let you. I might be able to do a
Yeah,
thing.
looks like we can.
Okay. Yeah, just check their inventories. Let's see. Yeah. Double check the book. The only thing they have on them that's not listed in their inventories is a bit of gold and silver. Like it looks like they look stolen. Like there's a bunch of separate wallets and pouches and things that they've collected. Which totals up to 43 gold and 12 silver, which I'll add to the party funds.
Oh, I'm no longer broke.
I can take 1 bulk worth of stuff before I become encumbered.
Yeah, these guys all have breastplates, which are worth 8 gold.
Take a couple bulk, I think. See if I can carry this breastplate. I don't think I'm encumbered yet. I'm real
I think
close
you'll-
to it though.
I think you'll
I can
gain
carry
an
like 10
encumbered.
bulk worth of stuff though.
Sweet. I think the game will give you an encumbered condition and like reduce a bunch of stuff if you do hit it, so you'll know.
Yeah, I got it. I got that.
Rip.
Although if I put it in my backpack, does it still? Oh, why is that worse in my backpack?
There's some funky math with backpacks. Backpacks give you a slight discount on stuff, but if you break over a new tier of bulk, it goes up a whole bulk. So like if you put, you know, if you put an item that's like, I don't know, 3 light bulk or something in and you had 2.9 bulk, then that would go up to 3 bulk afterwards. So it would feel like you're not adding a lot, but you would go up a whole bulk tier.
Mm. Jib, you are currently encumbered right now.
True.
Should be good now.
I'm going to treat wounds on Jib.
Yay! He's very bloody.
He's probably concussed.
I feel like probably concussed is just Jib's natural state of being.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
sorry.
Oh no. How many hit points did you have?
13.
Well, now you have 5.
Lovely.
It's been a while since this happened. I'm so sorry.
If you want me to try, might have better luck. There are plenty of natural ingredients around here.
I can also use a spell if we need to.
I find it kind of fitting. I feel like Jib was just jumping up and down after the fight, and you couldn't like get him to sit still.
You poked him with your suture needle about 18 extra times.
Yeah, Jib will be immune to treat wounds of any kind for an hour, but yeah, you could use spells if you want to get up and going quickly, or you could just wait out the hour.
Yeah, I'll use one of my level 1 heal spells. Actually, since we are here, did anybody else take damage?
Nope.
Alright, then we'll just do the 2 version, or 2 action version, and here we go. Alright. 13 hit points for Jib.
Woo!
All right. So do you wait out the hour, maybe have a lunch or something, and treat wounds again, or do you want to keep going? What's your plan here?
I do
guess
have
another-
potions as well.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess another
Yeah,
option is to
yeah,
travel for
might as
another
well.
hour and then try again. But
Yeah, how far did we make it to where we needed to sleep?
it's I mean, it's getting to be about like 4 p.m. at this point. And you've maybe got a few more hours to go, like 2 or 3. Like you can see the place now. It's just not easy moving through these woods.
Hmm.
Maybe we should try and get a little bit closer before we rest.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
All right. So if you all travel for another hour, it's pretty uneventful. And so you could try another treat wounds after that hour's up if you wish.
Viola, do you want to try?
Sure. I'd like to attempt treat wounds.
Absolutely.
Do I have natural medicine?
Absolutely.
Alright, so
Sure.
while she does that, I'm going to meditate to get rid of my ashy curse.
That's a good idea.
Heck.
No luck,
Can I hero
unfortunately.
point that?
You can.
Oh crap, I should have done that earlier. Oh.
29.
That's a crit.
Let's see. 8, 18 healing in 10 minutes. How is Jib looking?
If you spend the full hour, you could double it, but it is getting closer to night at this point. But you at about 6 p.m., which could
I'll
still be
spend the
fun.
full hour if Jib still looks hurt, but
I think I can apply that healing like that. There we go. So 39 out of 62.
okay. I will continue treating for the rest of the hour.
pretty much
Thank you.
maxed.
Sorry, I could not come off mute for some
All
reason.
good. So it's about 6 p.m. It's not quite close enough to sunset yet. Another hour or two, but it's definitely starting to get a little dimmer. But at this point, you're pretty close. Another hour of travel or so will get you to the door of this place. But you did hear that there's some sort of dark magic around it. So it'll depend on, do you want to try going in there tonight? You're all mostly rested up at this point. You've wasted one spell? Not too bad. It just depends on what you want to do. Although, I mean, I won't. I won't influence your decision any further than that. What do you guys want to do?
Joanna has brain fog. I would
So-
probably want to take a look at what's going on and see if it seems like something we can handle.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh wait, since I did my resting thing, I get my focus point back.
Oh, I also totally forgot 80 XP for that fight. Eight zero.
As much as I love it, Jordan, did you mean to heal me twice there?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Because we did the 10 minutes and then the full hour does it again.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. That's very nice to do, especially on a crit, because, you get quadruple healing. Big heals. Yeah, so you got your focus point back. It sounds like you all want to travel up a little closer at least and see what the deal is. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you already know the direction, thanks to
Scary
Ogden's... Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just said spooky, scary scar.
Oh, true. Spooky, scary scar. You know its direction. So it won't take you that much longer. But as you approach, there's a certain point where you step, and it's not like you can see something ahead of you, but from a certain point, as soon as you step close enough to this place, all of the terrain around you changes, like you've walked through a portal. Like you've gotten close enough to this thing, and so everything around you is different, like a sudden snap. There's twisted and scarred landscape. Everything, like all the trees are wilted. There are no leaves on any of them. They're all gnarled and darkened, like they've been burned away. There's no vegetation on the ground. There's not even dirt. It's all just rock beneath your feet. Everything is a gray, desolate landscape. There's no color in the light coming from the sky. It's like everything became grayscale. You can see the scar ahead of you is just emanating this dark energy. Anyone who wants to can give me a religion check.
Sure, I suck at religion, but I'll
I
try.
definitely want to.
Yeah, the clouds overhead are moving very quickly, but they're very pale. Like there's no real sunlight filtering down through them, just kind of a dull glow. And it looks like shadows are just kind of wafting off the scar like fog. So, Ashay, you recognize this from descriptions of the abyss.
Oh, fun. I will share that information. Does it seem like we literally took a portal to the abyss, or the abyss is leaking into our area?
If you, I'll say, it's hard to tell exactly. But you do know, like you stepped here and it changed. If you step back, it changes back to normal world again, and then you step into it and it changes again.
Okay.
So it's kind of hard to tell exactly. There's definitely some kind of illusion magic going on here, clearly. But is it illusion magic that is preventing this weird area from being seen from the outside, or is it illusion magic showing you weird landscape once you're inside it? Hard to tell, but it does appear to be one of those two.
All right. Well, I will convey that information.
Yeah, I would probably just be very amazed and just stepping back and forth and watching the world change.
Everybody give me a will save, please.
Is
Oh
this
wait, I'm bad at those.
is this private?
This is public. Oh god.
Can I hero point?
You can, yes.
That means I reroll, right?
Yes. Yeah, you can actually right click on it, and then there's a hero point option on the thing.
There is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very handy.
We love automation.
Yeah.
Where do you
Maybe only I can see it. Hold on, I can press it if you don't see it, but there we go. If I re-roll it like that, and then I reveal it, it actually shows that it was hero pointed and stuff.
So if you
You got a natural 2.
if you
Great. Love that.
Sorry, Liam.
I was gonna say if you right click on your roll, you can see reroll hero point, reroll
Oh,
keep
yes.
new.
Oh, I was clicking on a Shay's because I just saw the A and assumed.
Classic. All right. So, these terrible illusions start to just twist your mind in weird ways. You start to just see visions, like a sound, like a very like a scream in your ears, but like a very brief burst of it, like a like that kind of thing. Just happens near you, it was a screen that was cut at the beginning and cut at the end. Like you were like a small fragment of a video clip was played for you, and your entire vision is just covered with like a screaming face overlaid with like these heavy winds blowing sand backwards away from your vision. And then it fades, and then another vision will hit you, and there's just like these flashes of different terrible things. Just a room full of people being tortured, or just an empty space where there used to be a town. That a town used to be there. Otari used to be there, but it's just empty at the moment. Different terrible things just start to hit you, one after the other, while you stand in this place, and that starts to take a toll on your mind pretty quickly here. You try to fight through it with your mental power here, and Ayla and Ogden pass. You two, I also should bring us away from this forest road because this is no longer very accurate. How about that? Ayla and Ogden, you two pass, so you two get frightened 2 as a condition.
That's the effect for passing?
That's the effect for passing.
I do not. I get frightened 1 because of my bravery.
Excellent. Ashay, you regular failed. You're going to take some damage, some mental damage, and frightened 3. You're going to take 16 points of mental damage.
16, you said?
1-6.
Oof.
And
I'm
then
a
you're frightened
squishy
3.
gal.
Jib, you critically failed. You're going to take 42 points of mental damage and frightened 4.
There goes the healing we just did.
42, you said?
42, as you are absolutely fucking terrified of what you are seeing. You almost faint. This is not appropriate music for this. There we go. Soft jingle. So it's like the land itself is like pushing into your mind with just looking at it, and it's hard to be here. But do you think it might be possible to try and counteract this magic somehow, or just try to push through it? You know you've got to get through here. It's just, what do you want to do about it?
Jib looks like he's absolutely losing his mind right now. He's just monkey shrieking in pain.
Oh, wait a minute. I actually totally forgot something.
Oh no.
This is going to come in super fucking clutch because I'm reading my notes again. Yes, we did start playing Delta Green again. Jib, you feel this pain, this like absolutely losing your mind feeling, and then you feel a sense of warmth and security coming from your forehead, and it all goes away. You can undo both the condition. You can undo the. I'm sorry. This turns it into not a critical fail. So I'm gonna re-roll the damage. You're gonna only take 19 points of damage. So you can undo the 42 and then retake the 19, and you're only frightened 3. But the third eye on your forehead is actually helping.
Huh.
Remind me, what was the new damage again?
19. Here, I can just reveal them as well so you can see them.
Is there any limit to how frightened your character can be?
No, but it just continues to become a bigger penalty, right? Like frightened 3 is -3 to everything you do. Saves, attacks, everything.
Do we
Armor
need
class.
to apply Frightened 3 to ourselves?
Yes, please. I
How do
mean,
we do that without a token?
yeah, you're right.
I mean, I can maybe
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going
did
to
it
make
because
this.
I have fear,
Yeah.
unless you did it. In which
Um,
case,
I'm going to do. Um, oh, I see what's going on. I'm being stupid. Here's what we're gonna do. Is I'm going to activate a scene. You're not gonna be able to see anything. Apologize. We're doing this on the fly. We're doing it live. I'm just gonna place your tokens on the scene, so we just have tokens. Boom. There we go. It's scuffed, but whatever. It's fine. Oh, I can't even pan the screen. This is so scuffed. But it is what it is. We got tokens now. I can apply the fear effects to you. So, I think it's frightened 3 for you, and frightened 2 for you,
why
and
do I have? I already did mine. You gave me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Frightened 6.
well, you can undo that for yourself then.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I have the fear spell, so I essentially did the click and drag the frightened 3
Yes.
icon from the crit fail onto my character sheet, and it worked.
Yeah, makes sense. I'm gonna expand this place a little bit so we have more room to pan the camera and stuff.
So
There we
Jib
go.
speaks up and says, he said, I felt a lot of pain, and then I felt my third eye. Save me.
Yeah, what is that ink?
It's just ink I use for writing in my book.
Magic.
I didn't do anything to it.
All right. Mind if I borrow some?
Or sure.
I am.
Ayla, don't take it personally. It's just the power of my art.
I'm going to draw an eye on my forehead.
All right.
And
If you want to see how good it is, you can do a crafting check, but you don't have to. Just if you want to see how good it is. About the same as Jib's. Although Jib did scratch his, but before he scratched it, about the same. A little better. You've got actually a hollow, and a area in the middle of the eye, and then like the iris inside in the pupil.
Does anything about this change, or?
You start to feel a little bit better. Yeah, there's still that pressure around you, but it's lifted a little bit. You can tell the eye is helping. But you can feel that pressure starting to return, and it seems you don't have much time here. But like I said, if you want to try and roll some skills to try and fight against this, you think it's probably possible. You just need to tell me what you want to do.
Does it feel like it's emanating from a certain direction, or is it just all around us?
It's absolutely coming from the scar.
So, but like when we're in there, is it the center of it?
Yeah, like it feels like it's coming from the ridge in the middle where like there's shadow fog kind of rolling off of it. You guys are still probably a few hundred feet from it.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know what I can do.
Well, just to provide a little more mechanical structure here, it's probably possible through some kind of good proficiency in like any of the magical knowledge skills to try and counteract this, whether it's occultism, nature, arcana, religion. You might be able to do some like prayer to try and dispel this, or draw some occultic circles that might be warding circles or things like that.
I would like to try the occultism warding circles.
Sure. Absolutely. All right. So you rolled exactly the DC you needed for this, which starts to push it back a little bit. You can feel the shadows starting to retreat. You haven't completely taken it over yet, but you've made progress. You feel like the shadows are starting to recede. Some of the color behind you is starting to return into the world, and the magic here is weakening for sure.
Does this frightened value decrease with time the way normal frightened does, or is this just
Yeah,
permanent?
so we're kind of in a pseudo initiative round here. I'll let everybody take an action, and after you take your action, you can reduce your frightened by 1.
Okay.
So you
I
took
will take-
yours. Yep.
Yep.
Who else wants to try and work against this magic?
I could do nature.
Sure. Yeah, you try and like do some like burn some herbs or something, do some natural ritual that will like a purification ritual or something to remove this taint. Some white mage shit.
Yeah. Blind. Yeah.
So you pull out some incense and you start burning it, and you get some like you organize some rocks in a certain pattern to like channel the nature spirits, and you try to do this ritual as best you can, but it just doesn't seem quite strong enough. You might need to
Can I
do it
try
like
it
more.
again with feeling with a hero point.
You can try it again with feeling with a hero point. The exact same result, actually. That is.
Are you kidding me?
Unfortunately, literally the same roll on a die. Yeah, you're trying, even with feeling, it seems like the natural magic you might have to try a different ritual next time. This one doesn't seem applicable, but you can reduce your frightened value by 1.
Heck yeah, no longer frightened.
Jib or Ayella, either of you want to give this a crack?
Sure. Can I try to cast some simple anti-magic incantations, the best I remember from school?
Yeah. It'd probably be even best if you had dispel magic, but if not,
I
you could just do
don't.
some simple versions of that just to see if, the longer form of it instead of the short instant cast that dispel magic would be.
Do an Arcana check?
Yeah. Ooh, okay. You try to reach out and try to understand this magic around you, and it just doesn't seem to be something you can pick apart. You like try to reach out and find the magic formula of the spell around you or whatever source of magic there is to dismantle it, but it's a confusing mess of information. You're actually going to take 1d8 mental damage.
Ow.
2 mental damage. Because you critically failed your attempt.
Ow.
Just to be clear about that. It's not that Arcana is bad, it's just you critically failed.
Yeah, fuck Arcana.
Jib, any attempts from you?
Jib will attempt to intimidate the Scar, speaking up and saying, "Here, my third eye!"
All right, you can go ahead and roll it. This is going to be a higher DC, but I like it. We'll see if you get lucky.
Make way, or I'll make you my dinner like I did the orc.
Oh no, my intimidation is debuffed because of frightened.
Yep. It's hard to
Fuck.
be intimidating when you're afraid.
Okay.
Ooh. I guess these don't necessarily have to be
Great.
secret because I tell you the result anyways, but that is a critical failure. So you're also going to take a d8 of
Oof.
3 points of mental damage. You try to shout at it, and right as you start shouting, like one of those visions of somebody screaming in your face just pops up, and you're just like, ah! Like, you get intimidated back.
Behold the power of my
Exactly. All right. So top of the round, will saves again from everybody. As the visions start to come back in force again, as this place tries to force you out of here. And here I'll
Can
reveal
you make
that.
mine public?
I got you.
Thank you.
All right. Only Ogden succeeded this time. So Ogden, you become frightened 1, as before, because of your thing. Otherwise, it would have been frightened 2. And then, Jib. Okay, you re-rolled. Fair enough.
Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna try hero point as well.
Yeah, you absolutely can. I got you.
Oh, also,
yes.
when I roll a success at a will save, I get a critical success instead
Oh, okay, that's awesome.
because of my bravery.
So you're not frightened at all. You see these things, but you push through it. Your mind is made of steel, and even though this will throw things at you, you've seen worse. You've got this, and you know that the only way through here is to go forward and to take this thing on head first. So you're
I've
not
seen
even
my
afraid.
nightmares. I've seen my nightmares being unconscious 5 times.
And I should have mentioned before you all rolled, but I'll mention it now. You get a +3 circumstance bonus from the eyes. So I'll add that mentally while I check your things against the score. But currently, that would put Ashay at a success, Jib still a fail, and Ayla as a fail. Does anyone else want to spend a hero point?
I guess I'll spend one. Why not?
You could get lucky.
Oh, the hero point option is gone. Oh, because I accidentally clicked on my hero point. There we go.
That'll work.
Well, that's not much better.
That'll bring it up to a 22, which is still a fail, unfortunately. So, Ashay, you succeed. You're currently frightened 2, right? So you remain frightened 2, I believe is how that works. It doesn't stack. It just sets you at that level if you were below it. So you're still frightened 2. You don't take damage, though. Jib and Ayla, on the other hand, you both are going to be frightened 3 if you weren't already, which I think... there we go. Excellent. Thank you. And then you're both going to take 21 points of mental damage. Ayla and Jib.
I'm glad I hero pointed that. I have 18 hit points.
Yeah, that was good.
That first bit took just under half my health because I only have 34 HP total.
These are big hits of mental fatigue as you're all being pushed back. It's like it's very like Lord of the Rings as like Frodo is approaching the mountain, and like there's just this mental pressure that's just wearing you all down like very, very rapidly here. So now you've all got a new chance to try and counteract this thing. So far, we've got one success against the darkness. Does anyone else want to try a ritual or something? And I will also say there's always the opportunity to retreat. You guys know that stepping backwards a few feet will bring you back to real life, but that's or the regular world. But if you want to actually fix this thing, you might have to stick through it.
Can I try what I did before?
Yeah, just a bunch of occultic symbols and things trying to.
Yeah. Should it be public or?
Yeah, this is not secret. This is fine. So that would be a failure. Do you want to hero point it?
Yes.
All right. Oh,
Fuck.
unlucky.
Again.
So yeah, you try that same ritual again, but it seems like this magic has adapted. This magic, you realize, is chaotic. The abyss is chaotic. It makes sense. The nature of this force that is applying itself to you all is not static. You're going to have to try different things here to counteract it, because this time it did not work. The wards you set up previously are still holding. It's still being pushed back by those, but it's not gone yet. Anyone else want to make an attempt?
I can try another nature.
Go for it.
Can I cast guidance on people out of
Yeah,
combat?
I think that's fine. This is they'll be immune for an hour afterwards or whatever, 10 minutes or whatever. So
Yeah.
you can probably get everybody once with it during these rounds.
Yeah.
But
I'll cast guidance on Ogden.
all right.
I'm gonna hero point that.
All right.
Aha!
All right, Ogden. What do you do differently this time with your rituals and things? Like, what's your different strategy? More out of curiosity than anything.
Yeah. I feel like after seeing the runes that worked the first time and then the ones that didn't work the second time, I know they're occultic, but maybe something in nature is kind of similar, and
Sure. So you set up a
I
ritual. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say maybe I like recall something from living out in the woods and try to set it up like a little temple or something.
Yeah, so you continue the ritual you were doing before. You structure it similar to how Shay did the protective wards, and you set up your own like natural wards as well. And you do manage to start pushing it back as well. The light starts to return to the sky above. You can see blue light filtering through the clouds. The clouds start to slow down, and the sun starts to peek through in a few spots. No longer that eerie glow. You all start to see color forming around you as well, and there's still this shadow bursting out of the scar ahead of you, and still this darkness kind of in a bubble around it, but you're pushing it away. You're getting close here, but you can still feel that pressure on your minds. You're not out of this yet. Who else is giving us an attempt?
Can I try and use nature to blow the illusion away with my wind?
Ooh, I like that. Yeah, summon some winds and just finish off that last bit of smoke.
Maybe.
Maybe. Nat
Ooh.
20! Of course that works. So mechanically, this thing, you had to succeed 3 times against it. So this is perfect. But since you crit the last one, I do think you do exactly what you said. You summon up some winds and you rush them out towards the scar as you kind of like stand up, your hair's blowing around and behind you, and you just confidently walk forward with your hands held high, and the winds rush through the trees around, and you can realize as the wind travels, the leaves start to sprout from the trees again as you blow away this curse. The smoke gets plunged up into the air and disperses, and as it does, like the clouds part up above, the sunlight streams through, and you're back in a regular forest. And I'll reactivate the map. You all get 120 XP.
So are we at 467? Is that what everyone has?
And that's what I've got. Getting pretty close to halfway to level up.
Yeah.
And so after a few seconds, all of your frightened levels drop off, but you still have that mental damage that you accumulated. That's just exhausting.
I am happy I got that bravery from being a fighter.
Yeah, that really came in clutch there. Because if you were frightened there, I think that may not have been a success. So that was good.
That was a lot. Do you think it's gonna be like that more when we get closer?
We'll see. I'm gonna try and... Do we have 10 minutes?
That's up to you. You could. It's probably about 7 p.m. now.
I would like to treat wounds on myself, because... Oof.
Yeah. Fair.
Um,
Ooh,
Jim's
crit.
gonna down his last potion.
can I also treat wounds on myself in the meantime?
Absolutely.
Alright, I got 22, so I am at 30 points of health.
Natural medicine? Nice.
I'm gonna stop there and take the next 10 minutes to treat Jib.
31.
That's a crit. You guys are just critting all the heal rolls here. Very nice.
Let's see. Oh, that's full health for me in 10 minutes.
Nice.
Alright. Jib, you get 9 more points of healing.
Does Ogden need any
Thank you.
health?
I have not taken damage tonight,
Okay.
which is
Ogden just-
surprising for Ogden.
Ogden just said, fuck it, we ball, and got through it. Yeah, bravery seems really good, because frightened is a really, really bad condition.
Did we want to stay for an hour and I could double that, or because it's getting late. We should
That'll put
probably
you-
find somewhere to camp, right?
Yeah, that would put you at about 8 p.m. if you wanted to do that.
Do we have any indication of if the crack is going to start leaking more smoke, or
You could go and investigate, but right now, it's hard to tell.
I will attempt to investigate. Are we close to it?
You're still a few hundred feet away. But, I mean, it's not like miles away.
I guess I would go up and investigate.
Alright. So,
Use
you...
a blind perception.
Yeah, I guess this depends.
Okay.
So perception might be something, but I think if you want to try and find... Right now you're in like a natural spot and you're looking for... there's a few ways you could handle this, basically. It doesn't have to be perception. It could be perception if you want it to be, but it could also be nature or survival. There's a few different ways to try and find like what you're looking for here, because this scar, as they call it, is actually a ridge. That's what. So not as much a crack as it is like a little spiked kind of mountain, but not like a big mountain, more like a small hill that is just craggy and rocky. That's just sticking up out of the forest here. So you'd maybe want to look for like a cave to enter, or a hidden door, or maybe you could track monster tracks or something and try to find like a door that way. If you want to investigate for magical stuff specifically, you might need somebody with detect magic to look around for that. So it really depends on how you want to approach this.
I think either while everyone's like getting healed up, I would just kind of generally look to see if there is any more smoke creeping out from anywhere.
Okay, so just general perception then. All right. So you look around the place and you do just like a quick lap around it, maybe just looking for any place that more smoke might be coming from. But wherever you walk out there, you don't see any more of the smoke. So, I mean, at least for now, it's gone. It's kind of hard to tell if it will come back based on that, but for now, it doesn't seem like it's coming back right now. If it does come back, if that makes sense.
All right, cool. And then I would kind of go back to the group and say, "Hey, we're at least good for now. If you want to keep treating Jib."
All right, so you spend the rest of the hour then.
So
Sounds like.
I will spend the rest of the hour. You get another 9 points of healing, Jim.
Thank you very much.
Nice. So at the end of that hour, or during that hour, does anyone have anything else to do? You're gonna keep healing. You're gonna look for a spot to rest.
I guess during the rest of the hour, I could use a nature check to try to find a cave that we could explore.
Sure. Anyone
Or would
else
that
want to
be
help
perception?
with that? Nature or perception is fine for that. So whichever is higher, I guess. But let's see. If anyone wants to help with that, you might get additional bonuses.
I'll help. I'll help.
All right. So, Ayala, if you want to roll nature or perception, we'll see if you add a +1 or potentially a +2. That is a +1 to Ogden's check. All right, very good. I'll just reveal that because it absolutely crushed it. So that's a 27, actually. And
I already
you know,
added the circumstance, so it's a
oh,
26.
you're right. It is 26. Thank you. Either way, that absolutely crushes it. So you end up finding like a curtain of moss on one section of the rock down low that doesn't look quite right. It looks a little out of place. As you get closer and you kind of inspect it, it looks like an artificially crafted curtain of moss, like somebody intentionally planted moss here, or like scooped up mud with moss in it and put it here and all that kind of stuff. But it's definitely not actually just natural moss here. And so you kind of push it aside and get through it, and behind it is a very brief cave, maybe 5 feet. So you can kind of stand in the entrance, and there's some light filtering in from the sunset, and or maybe you have a torch or something. But either way, inside there is what appears to be a stone door, but the door has no obvious handles or other methods of opening it. However, right in the middle of the door, there is a panel, and it's like a grid. And I can actually show you the panel. Look at this. Can everyone see that?
Mm-hmm.
Is this loss?
This is probably loss. So this panel is on the door, and like every cell of that grid is a button you can press. And there's some script written above it. It's Ogden and Ayala there, right? I don't think either of you recognize the language.
Dude, hey Ogden.
Mhm.
Do you think this is the 5 pens?
It seems like it, yeah.
I can give you the laws of the 5 beasts. Once again, I'll just post it in Discord chat. I'll read them aloud.
Sure.
Only one beast shall be placed in each pen. No beast wishes to see another beast by looking directly north or directly east. 2 beasts shall not be in pens that touch, lest they come to blows.
Then what are the red lines for? They're not the outlines of the pen.
Well, those are the pens.
Well, they all touched though, right?
Could I potentially see them murmuring and go over and see if I can read the script?
Yeah, you probably see them stop with their torchlight at some point and yeah, disappear into a cave. And yeah, it's probably by the end of your hour of treating Jib. So you walk over and no, you do not recognize the script either.
All right. I wonder if it means the beasts in like can't be in squares that are touching each other.
I think that's what it means, probably.
So then the bottom right corner is definitely one.
Yeah. Well, I
Here, I
mean,
can.
there could be diagonals, right?
Well, in order to have then be able to place something legitimate in the next ring, it has to be in the bottom right corner out of the two in that one bottom right ring.
Here, if you hit Alt C, you can display your cursor again, and then yeah,
Oh,
it's got
does this
toggled
work?
on and off. Yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
but maybe it means touching like these two, not
Yeah.
like touching these two.
So I think it has to be this one here because all of these are touching,
You are not
and if
displaying
we
your
put it
cursor.
here, all of these. Did it not work?
Yeah, if you Alt C, well, you've got clicked on boundary maybe. There you go.
Okay. So yeah, this guy here I think is our baseline starting point. Because if
Alright.
we put one here, all of the ones in this are touching this square.
I'll just put that there as a marker, and we can move it if you want to.
Do we also need to indicate whether they face north or east?
No. Although there is no compass on here, so I guess any direction could be north or east.
Moving outwards, this one or this one is where.
It can't be the lower one if we assume north is up. So it has to be this one.
Okay.
All right, I'll put a thing there too then.
And then I think there would be one here, and one here.
All right, so your thoughts are, oops, did not finish the check mark. It's fine. One here, and then you said one there, and one
then
here. Oops, that also didn't finish the check mark. It's fine. Andre, let me finish my check marks. There we go.
Can they only face north or east, or can they face any direction?
They can't see something else that's directly north or east.
Oh,
of them,
I see.
think.
So this is a grid of buttons. It doesn't look like you have any way to turn the buttons, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Are they like on a floor?
They're on
Or like
a door. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, none of these are intersecting in any direction, and none of them are touching.
All right. Let's give it a try.
All right, who wants to push the buttons?
I will, or Ayla, because the others are hurt.
Fair enough.
Jib will just be like, "Oh, what are you doing?"
Does Jib rush in and press him, or does someone stop him?
He won't rush in and press him. He'll
Okay.
be a good monkey.
I let Jim press the buttons
I would.
and also take a step back.
He will try to press the buttons that they have told him to press.
I would not let him.
Okay. Hold Jib back. So is Ogden pushing then, if you're holding Jib back?
Sure.
All right. So you're confirming these positions?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you go in and you click, and when you press a button, it kind of sinks inwards and makes a clicking sound as it locks in place, so it doesn't pop back out again. So you can like know that that one is like in place. You've toggled it basically. And you click another one, and that one also toggles. And the third one, and that toggles. The fourth one, it toggles inwards and clicks, and the fifth one toggles in and clicks. And that was indeed the solution, where the black stars are the correct buttons to press. Congratulations on solving the door puzzle, as it clicks in place and some dust kind of crumbles around the door, and then it slowly scrapes inwards with like rock grinding against the floor. Like, and you all get 30 XP for solving the puzzle.
Woo. Are those creeper faces? The
They kind of look like it, huh? So, you've successfully opened this door, and you can see within, it's actually not that dark inside. It's getting to be night outside where you are, but it's torchlit in there. You can see a hallway ahead with a few different doors leading in different directions. There's no monsters in the immediate sight, but we'll get to you all exploring this cult's hideout next time. Woo! Thank you all for playing.
Thank you for running.
Thank you for running.
Yay!
Thank you for game.
Alt C.